Vinod bhai, you have been a successful, I think, one of the most successful diamond sellers, if I say. I've personally seen you, interacting with the customers, and if he's come to buy a 1 carat, you probably upgrade him to a 3 carat. So you have seen this diamond selling. So what is the consumer side happening? And also a quick comment on the generic promotion.
Even now, I do speak to a lot of people who buy diamonds and gold and jewelry. There, the excitement at the consumer level is very much there. It's not that it has diminished, it's changed because there are other options for the wallet, but that intrinsic desire to hold or to buy jewelry, buy gold, buy diamonds, buy gemstones is very much there. I'll give you a little example of 4 girls who I happened to interact with recently. 4 girls who were all in their 25 to 30. All of them were getting married. It was a very unusual situation where 4 of them were getting married almost at the same time, and all of them working together in the same company. And believe it or not, the kind of enthusiasm they had for buying in this period, I think they were going to buy for next 2 months. They were going around shopping in various stores. And I could see there was a huge amount of excitement in them. Now the question that would come up is, how exciting are the retail spaces? Because I think today retail spaces have to become very, very exciting. There must be activity happening there. There must be a lot of fun quotient there. There must be people who are behind the consumer. The people who are working in our stores have to be young and ebullient and have fun at work. We can't be serious all the time. We can't be, a kumkum here and a tilak here and all that kind of thing. You've got to go change the way we interact with consumers. I mean, it's going to be that's got to be, the consumer have to match to the workforce in a manner of speaking. If those things happen, I think there's a great potential to identify the product. If you're selling a Ferrari, for example, the guy who's going to sell the Ferrari is going to be somebody who's very, very modern. He's not going to be a typical rural look on his face or his shirt and all that. I mean, he's going to be very, very different. If you remember, TVS used to sell Mercedes-Benz, and TVS also used to sell the other cars. Now, they had a very big difficulty selling Mercedes because the same sales staff was selling a Mercedes and they were out of place. The Mercedes consumer would say, hey man, you don't know anything. But if you go to an Apple store, the guy over there is like a firebrand of technology. So it's something that these are some of the changes that we need, which means our recruitment policy may have to change. We may have to recruit somebody different. The traditional guy may have to make way. Sometimes attrition is great, so that you replace them with young people or whatever it is. I'm not saying throw people out of our organizations, but there's a need for modernization of our workforce.
So just to capture the first round of question, in the nutshell, I think probably where the retail is lacking is it is not adding enough value when it comes to hiring good people, telling a story, and probably doing the marketing, and getting too lost in the internal issues of I have bought for X, I have to sell for Y, I have to make Z profit. They're getting just lost in the very narrow picture and not able. Is that how we can sum up the first round of Vinod bhai? Yes, sure. Yes, please.
I think a very, very vexing issue we have. You see, in a conclave like this, I'm saying that we need to get to some kind of action plans. So one of the vexing problems that I think all of us in this room are facing is the shrinking or the massive discounting that's happening in the industry. I believe if you take in this room, I think we have a large amount of advertisers here, and the amount of advertising budget that would happen in this room is probably very large. Okay? I believe that we need some, if it is Bangalore, if it is Chennai, if it is Mumbai, each Delhi, each city, if we can get to a place where the 60, 70, 80% of the advertising brands that are advertising, if they can just say for a year we freeze to zero discounts. I'm just saying it's a bold decision to take. But if all of us were to do this, I don't know, Sandeep, if you agree, but I'm guilty as well, as much as all of us here are guilty of discounting. Can we stop a, can we stop a discounting as a collective measure from the industry? At least the top brands of each city were to stop discounting and stop advertising discounting. Okay, I believe that would change the whole dynamics, because your profits will go up, then your recruitment policies will change, your branding, positioning, everything will change. Because at the end of the day, we are hitting our bottom line all the time. So this is something that I thought I would propose, if we can get this through GJC's efforts, to GJEPC, to even different associations like Bangalore Association. All the major advertisers would just commit and say, this year until next March or next December, I will not offer discounts through advertising. If I may, yes. Samesh, just to, I don't know if everybody understood what Sandeep said and what I also said. I'm just recapping that point because it's an important point. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sandeep. You said that as a collective measure, we may not come to a conclusion for no discounting, but if each of the important advertising brands were to not discount, even if you do 20% less business, you'll do more profit, rather than doing 20% or 25% more business and do the same profit. So in a manner of speaking, it makes more sense to make more money. At the end of the day, we are all in it for the money. This is actually giving me an idea. I mean, what Sumesh ji and Nirupa ji is saying, I'm just getting an idea, because we are, trade bodies are here. Just like you have a movie star saying, I trust so-and-so brand, can the trade body have a very, very good consumer of jewelry, who is a, I don't know which movie star or which political person or which, industrialist, well-known industrialist, who has an interest in jewelry, who really believes they are jewelry consumers, and they're large consumers. And there are many in this country who spend crores of rupees buying jewelry for their family. If the trade bodies in this generic advertising can take that particular set of people, 1, 2, or 3 people, for example, I'm just saying, if there is a very large industrialist in Gujarat or in Mumbai or in Delhi, if he can be, he may not accept money for advertising, okay? Amitabh Bachchan will want crores of rupees for saying somebody is good. But if there is a very truly inspirational person who believes that jewelers are not thieves, and I can tell you that we are really not thieves. Okay, jewelers are not thieves. But we do cut corners. I mean, when I say we, I mean, I'm talking for all of us. We do cut corners here and there, but that also happens in every sector. Where you take real estate, they say that the super built-up area is not equal to the carpet area, or the carpet area was 20% less than what they said, etc., etc. So it is a common human element. It's not unique to jewelry. So now we have to look towards taking somebody, 1 or 2 or 3 people who are famous, well-recognized people. It could be a movie star. It could be anybody. I need somebody who's completely neutral. Somebody who's a big consumer of jewelry, but who's also a famous personality.
Correct.
And if he can say, I trust my jeweler. I've shopped at jewelry stores or jewelers across India. My family trusts jewelers. We've accumulated a lot of jewelry or something, and we've got value. Okay? I believe the confidence index will change in the country. If the generic program can say, rather than saying, I'm just saying Lucky Lakshmi is one option, but I'm saying we also need something that is confidence building.
Absolutely, absolutely.
There is an opportunity to increase the consumer base by having, let me just say, until a few months or weeks ago, I was completely against lab-grown diamonds. So much so that I think I made some comments in public domain that lab-grown, I was a bit like Martin Rappaport, who very, very clearly said, nonsense. Lab-grown, the diamond industry is destroying itself by encouraging lab grown. I think Martin is one of those vocal people who kept saying that. I also, for that matter, was extremely against lab grown. I said, this is not something Krishna Chetty will ever touch.